Hey everybody, it's Andrew here for the From Superheroes Network. We're here at FanExpo Canada. We're going to check out the show floor and we're going to talk to Bruce Campbell a little bit later. Let's go check it all out. Believe it or not, I'm holding actual Luke Skywalker's lightsaber from the Hoth scene of Empire Strikes Back. I'm officially a Jedi now. It's official. This is legal tender.
Lightsaber was made for about $12 back in the day.
All right.
It was actually made out of the Graflex camera flash. So that's why we have this Graflex camera on display next to it.
Okay.
So everybody knows the story about it being a Graflex camera flash, but when you really start to compare the two, you can see how close it actually is.
Yeah.
You know, we have the original lightsaber there and then the Graflex camera flash standing up.
Right.
All they did was take it off of the camera, take that bulb out, add some grip to it, a couple other little things, but you can see it's 99% there.
Right.
In fact, when I pull the lightsaber out, you're going to see it actually has the Graflex logo still across it.
I've been watching the new Ripley's. It's got a lot of heart. It feels like it's a very nice evolution of what Ripley's used to be. Like, it still has the extraordinary, but now we have human interest, we have science behind it. It feels like it has a little bit more to make it more modern. How did you get it to where it is today?
You just sold the show for me.
Okay, there we go. Thank you for coming.
Appreciate it. That was the plan. That was the approach. That's the approach that we took. They're all people who are overcoming great difficulties or are honing an amazing skill. So the idea was to just celebrate them.
So in Ripley's now, you're filming in the actual warehouse, correct?
We were, yeah. We don't always have to go there. You know,
Right.
if they do further shows, because they have places all in multiple countries. They have beautiful aquarium across the street here.
Yeah.
I would move it around. I'd base out of one of their museums.
Right.
And, you know, you want to see their stuff. If we stay in one area with a bunch of crates behind me, you only see so much. Let's get some shit out of the crates.
You're seeing more than what the cameras are seeing when you're filming there. What's the biggest distraction? Is there one item there that you're like, I can't stop looking at that? I'm not looking at the teleprompter.
Well, the tallest man in the world, they have a replica of the tallest man in the world. And it's the correct height, correct proportions. I mean, that's when you get next to the guy and you realize how unbelievably tall that is. Like, you're coming up, like, I'm almost 6'1". I mean, I'm like just above the guy's waist. It's ridiculous. So it helps put it in perspective. So they have guys making models. They have a whole shop. It's a big deal.
Anything smaller than that you've thought about taking home with you at the end of the day?
I'm not going to tell you what I stole out of their warehouse. They'll find out when they do inventory next fall.
But as executive producer, you had a few notes for yourself as to the role.
Oh, I yelled at myself a lot.
As well, you should.
Yeah. It's job rotation. I come from Detroit. You know, you work in the factories. They'd have you working on license plates on Monday. Tuesday, you're putting fenders on. They're trying to keep you motivated and interested. Because the fascinating thing, as soon as they stopped, the workers used to move around the factory to the parts of the car. And Henry Ford figured out how to make them not have to move around. They could stay and all the parts would move around. The second that happened, the dropout rate from factory workers went up to 30% because they now instantly got bored out of their skull because they're not moving all day long. So same as an actor. I like different perspectives. Every actor should be a director so that they know what that process is like. They know the director's problems. You know, they realize where they are on the totem pole of things. I think Sam's the best director working. I think he's one of the best directors in the business, probably top 5 as far as technical abilities. Watch Spider-Man 2. I think it's one of the best superhero movies, period. And I think it's the best of the trilogy. He's really amazing at exponential learning, what he learns from one movie to the next, technically. But stories are kind of important to pass along, at least professionally, I think, sometimes, because a lot of information is lost. The movie Goonies, you know, it took place, there's a lot of water. There were underwater caverns and stuff in the movie. They shot on the old Warner Brothers stage. And nobody knew how to work the water. It was where Esther Williams, the swimming sort of actress, she made these water musicals. They had to get an old guy out of a rest home to come and show them how to work the water. You know, he goes, that valve, you turn that thing over, that turns that on, and they didn't know how to drain it and everything. So no one had shared that information, even in a union environment. They forgot how to use the Warner Brothers water tank on the Warner Brothers lot. Why did they forget that? Because no one had passed the information along. So sometimes that, if there's any value in storytelling, that's where history's good. History is just stories, and there's boring history books and there's really great history books. I just think history is important. If you don't know where you came from, how do you know where you're going? But history repeats itself. We don't know anything. We've forgotten everything. We're making mistakes in our country now that we made 20 years ago. But not us, not the United States of America.
To bring it back earlier, what you were saying, the kind of things you were saying about Sam Raimi, you were talking about how you're the type of actor who you want to know how to write, you want to know how to produce. The more you know, the better it makes you at any one thing. Theoretically, I can see from that conversation why you're drawn to Sam. Even talking about Sam reading technical manuals and doing everything kind of leads into that art form. Learning more things will help you with the thing you want to do. Is there another person that you've worked with in your career that has that kind of fire, that same thing that brings someone like you and Raimi together, that you're like, I wish I worked with this person?
No, they're pretty rare. They're rare. It's a rare combination, because sometimes you have directors who are great at technical stuff, but they don't know what to tell an actor. And there's some people who are great at working with actors, but their movies look like shit, and it's boring, and they don't know where to put the camera. So it's really a tough find of someone who can do both, someone who can manage the technical side, the stunt side, Sam makes The Quick and the Dead. He had to deal with Gene Hackman, Sharon Stone, Leonardo DiCaprio, Russell Crowe. It was a ridiculous cast. So I'm like, Sam had to deal with Gene Hackman. On the first day of shooting, Gene said no to everything that Sam asked him to do. But because Sam had an answer for the reasons why he wanted him to do everything that he asked him to do, he had a thorough and irrevocable character-based reason. So he finally won Gene Hackman over. Because Gene said, no, I'm not doing that. And he'd go, you don't have to do it, but here's why I'm having you do it. And you get to the next thing. Well, I'm not doing that either. Well, you don't have to do it, but here's why I was having you do it. He got him to do everything because he finally had an answer. He wasn't some bullshit director. Because Gene Hackman, he goes, look, he told Sam later, sorry, I got a son who's older than you. So he was pissing on Sam's shoes the first day of shooting. Like, are you full of shit? Because if you are, I'm going to bury you. I'm going to bury you. Some actors will do that. If you're not ready to dance, you're dead. Because now I'm going to tell you where I'm going to sit, and I'm going to tell you what I'm going to say, because you're not ready. You're not ready for Gene Hackman. But Sam was ready for him. And that's great to watch. The example was this. Gene Hackman comes out, signals the start of the gunfight. So Sam says, I want you to come out and tip your hat, and start the gunfight. He goes, I'm not going to do that. He goes, you don't have to, but you got to start the gunfight. I don't care if you tip your hat, wink, point. It's on you. I don't care how you do it. He goes, okay, I'll tip my hat. And Sam goes, I want you to come over here and sit in this chair over here and whisper this line of dialogue that's not in the movie. I want you to say, what are the odds on the kid? He goes, I'm not going to go over there and sit down there. He goes, you don't have to, but look at all the extras. All the extras are standing. Those are the peasants. You're the king. The king sits. You're the only character sitting. Look around. He goes, okay, I'll sit in that chair, but I'm not going to whisper what are the odds on the kid. He goes, you don't have to. Later in the movie, they're going to realize that Leonardo DiCaprio was your son, and they're going to flash back and realize that you actually cared whether your son, the odds of your son were good or bad. So I wanted to introduce some complexity to your character that later they'll reflect on. It's not in the script, so you don't have to say it.
What's the odds on the kid?
3-1, senor.
But he did everything because he had a reason. Now that's rare. Some actors they would cave. They'd shit themselves if an actor got in their face like that. I mean, so to be able to have those answers, every actor's different too. Leonardo DiCaprio, what is his approach? What's Russell Crowe's approach? You really have these weird personalities to shuffle, and it's kind of a magician who can do that and make you do stuff that you don't even think you're doing. How to wear an actor down, get their defenses down, get them tired, you know, and get their confidence in you. Like Gene Hackman, after that first day of filming, he knew that he was fine. He knew that this guy, he knew the story he was telling, and he knew how to get it. Never had another problem from him. But, you know, so that's why Sam is,
Sam's giving you that same feeling.
He's
over the course of
special.
your
He's
career,
special.
yeah.
I totally trust him because he is ahead of everybody. He's ahead of everybody on set.
Thanks for watching. Real quick, before we wrap up, I want to give a thank you to our friends over at Turtle Beach. Turtle Beach was kind enough to send us at the network their Elite Pro 2 gaming headset for use over on our Twitch channel, which, by the way, if you're not already following, twitch.tv/streamfromsuperheroes. Check it out, hit that follow button. But Turtle Beach was kind enough to send us this, which is crazy comfortable, sounds amazing, and we absolutely love it for streaming games here at the network. And if you're looking for something just to elevate your gaming to the next level, even if it's just sounding better when you're playing with friends, or maybe you are streaming or you need it for something else, check out turtlebeach.com because they have something for every system, every gamer, and every need. So thank you, Turtle Beach, and thank you for watching this video. Before you go, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell button to be notified when a new video goes up, leave a comment, you know the YouTube stuff, and watch some more videos while you're here. This stuff is free, why wouldn't you?